love some juicy gossip, and amongst wags, it's even more entertaining. But
this is better than any Real Housewives episode ever.
I agree.
Except the table flipping. Shouts to Jersey.
That's right. That's all this saga was missing. Just flipping a tea table over.
And then just bangled the earrings everywhere.
But Rebecca Vardy did respond and said that. I mean, she gave like a lame kind of excuse.
No, I caught the lie in there.
What was it? What was your
the part where she goes, this very week. Things have already happened in my account. There's multiple times, including this week. It's too much information. You got caught.
Yeah.
Think of your Dominican uncles. You know what I mean? They come home smelling like a different perfume. You know what I mean? You give it too much information. In fact, the car, which I told you last week, is having problems. I had it again. Too much.
Exactly.
You laid it on too thick.
Because she gave like people have my password and I don't need any money. I'm not trying to make money.
Why would I? I thought we were friends. Why didn't you call me? Why did you call me? Is like basically like, I gotta stop this from hitting the internet. What was it like trying to defend against them in training? Because I can't imagine. Like you get a good tackle on R9 on Ronaldo, and then all of a sudden here comes Ronaldinho, and you're like, what is happening? Like, can anyone help me? What was that like?
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Imagine it started. Ronaldo was fast, you know. He just recovered from bad injury, but Ronaldinho younger. Rivaldo as well, you know, and they come like, you know, it's like seeing in the PlayStation, you know, just run over the ball and fast and fast and fast. Oh, come on, just go to that side, you know, just drive them.
We can't have a conversation, Cristo, without obviously talking about football is life. I mean, it is it's people yell it at you when they see you in the street. There's no way they don't.
Yes, they do. But it doesn't happen like that many times. It was one occasion that even freaked me out. Because it was just a random dude screaming from my back, football is life 10 times in 3 seconds. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Football is life.
Cristo needs to get a tattoo of football is life somewhere in 100%. I won't leave him alone until he does.
Yeah, in fact, I can't wait for you to come to America so we could yell soccer is life at you.
Oh.
Which, by the way,
I will go from this to soccer.
Are we live?
We are here. We are live. Back.
Come on, everybody.
OSNYC. Welcome back to the Cooligans Live right here on YouTube.
You know, I can't let you set up the shot because then
you
I
see
get
the
screwed.
same. You see the same thing I see.
No, yeah. How am I? I'm not even in it. You're the one who set up the camera, and of course he's got 2/3 of me in it, and yet 100% of him in it.
You know, 2/3 is more than enough for you. All right,
I mean, it's probably an even amount of person, to be completely honest with you. But I think we can start to see just how unfair it is. Also, let me know if the audio levels are good, because Chritian has a tendency to lower my audio but raise his.
Okay, sure, if you say so.
Scamalama ding dong.
We seem to be coming through just fine.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Let me get the chat up here. Paolo's in the building. D. Stu, Michael Raymond, Nitra M, Colin Marshall. What's good, everybody?
Roll call, everyone. Hey, Aaron, are you there?
Say present if you're here.
I had a teacher who used to make us say I.
Like you're on a pirate ship.
No, I think like II is more of like a Navy ship. I mean, depends on culturally who you are, right?
Okay.
Maybe our Navy is a pirate ship to some, as we come in and take up all your natural resources. You feel me?
Okay.
Also, who was
history
it?
lesson.
D. Sue said those Nike AFC Richmond kids, they got a new kid sponsor, kid manufacturer.
They did, yeah. I just saw that today, maybe a couple minutes ago. Nike is on board making the kits for.
Good, because there was a lot of bootlegs.
Sure.
There's a lot of bootlegs out there.
Sure.
Some people with a whole different dog on their badge.
That ain't a pit bull. What is that?
Damn, son. You got a Yorkie up in that joint?
John Carl Tritt said 2/3 of Alexis is 5/4 of Christian. All right.
Bro, don't confuse me with your math, dog.
We're doing complex fractions here. Colin Marshall said, I'm oh my God die. Oh, remember oh my God die?
Hey, oh my God.
Can't even call you Colin. It's oh my God
Bro,
die.
Colin? Change your name, my G. Oh my God die was so much better. Remember when we thought it was like a bored housewife in Long Island watching us?
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what we like to do. We just we see the usernames and we invent characters on who these people are.
This happened on the Complex show. There was someone from Flatbush called Riri Joe Grind. Shouts to Riri Joe Grind. I don't know if you're watching here. And I was like, hey, yo, shouts to my G. And she put, hey, my G, I'm a lady. And I put, yo, you still my G, though. You from Flatbush, bro. Trust me, you my G.
With all due respect, G. Joe Willock said Timothy. Present. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's on board with the jokes.
Yeah, D. Stu said present. Paolo Nelson said present. Very nice.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. We're excited about today's show. It's been a wild weekend for us. Alexis.
Are we on Good Morning America?
He can't have.
I'm excited about today's show,
even the slightest level of professionalism.
No, it's just I'm excited about today's show, everybody. We're going to be talking about football. Have you heard of it? It's a sport.
Right, but we had quite a weekend.
Bruh, I'm sorry. Did we hang out with leyendas? Huh?
Okay, because you may have seen us prancing around the city. Yeah, that's right. We prance.
Yeah, bro. You don't walk when you with legends.
All right, we prance out in Flatbush.
Oh, I'm sorry if I was out here skipping to my loo, bro.
Because we were hanging out with Pablo Zabaleta.
Wow.
Bro.
While his former club completely destroyed Manchester United from the top to the bottom and back to the top again.
Too much fun, I guess, for anybody who is not a Manchester United fan. So,
didn't it feel good though? Did it feel good to watch?
Oh, wait, which one? Pablo Zabaleta eating pizza or?
Bruh. First of all, I'm getting texts from other pizza shop owners. How dare you? You should have brought him to my shop. Tell him to send Messi over to our shop. Yeah. Hey, Pablo, real quick, thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, could you get your friend Lionel Messi to not wear a Mexican carpet as clothing, and two,
oh my God, yeah,
show up to the pizza shop?
There's a lot we gotta go.
We got
through.
a lot to discuss, folks.
So as always, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on YouTube Live. If you're listening to this podcast, we do Prem Show Mondays 1 p.m. Eastern time. So join us at youtube.com/Soccer Cooligans or
that's right,
youtube.com YUTU.com.
That's the official URL.
Okay,
for our Patreon.
Jamal London just said, LOL, class of 92. They said more like class of 92%.
Yo, I saw
possession.
That. I saw that on AFTV. Yo, they roasting, man, bro. I love it. And let me tell you something. Right here. The interview we did with Pablo Zabaleta.
Mm-hmm.
Is that possibly the greatest interview he's ever had, you think?
Yeah, confidently, yeah.
Yes. Imagine you said no. Why'd
you set me up for this alley-oop, Alexis?
No, bro. I gave you a beach ball and a bat to a Dominican, my G. Let me tell you something. If you are a member of Gully Squad, you are going to get the full interview. Absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Wait till you hear this interview. Shouts to everyone in Gully Squad. Also, Gully Squad also got our interview with Mexican national team player
Julian Araujo. So Julian Araujo, we spoke to him last week. Great conversation. You might have seen some clips on our YouTube channel right now. But if you go to our Patreon, patreon.com/soccercooligans or shoutstous.com.
Shoutstous.com.
And you can get the full interview. It's available right now. A lot of USMNT worthy fodder.
Bro, we asked the questions.
Okay.
If you don't know, he switched from the U.S. men's national team or decided on his senior to play senior ball for Mexican national team. So there was a lot of questions as to possibly why. And when three Latinos got together, let's just say, yeah, we talked about it. You know what I mean? We asked about it.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, we got to the bottom of it.
And the clips do not. And you know who was there? Manchester United fam. We got to the bottom. The clips don't do the entire interview justice. So shouts to Gully Squad. You guys get to check that out a little early. Good for you. Good for you. Don't share that link. Okay. Have some respect. I forget the Gully. You know what I mean?
Crimson Pizza said Julian on Cooligans and Efra scoring screamers. The kids are doing well. That's right.
It's just with the wrong team, though. But let's get back to Premier League talk.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Can you hear that? Do you hear the sound?
Do they?
Do you hear that?
I hear something.
Yeah. That's Manchester United fans crying still. That is. But the joy that I have is nothing like watching Tottenham lose, which will happen today, right?
Are you saying the joy of watching Manchester United lose is greater than the joy of
it's
watching
not as
Tottenham
much.
lose?
No, it's not as much.
Okay.
But it's still, you know how like, all right, fine, this appetizer was a little too big to be an appetizer. It wasn't a meal. It wasn't a meal. I certainly don't have anything to take home, you know? But I feel satiated.
Yeah.
You know, an entree would have done a little more. But I feel full enough to, I ain't got to eat for a couple more hours. That's how I felt watching Manchester United get slapped up.
Well, look, it didn't feel like initially the first goal from De Bruyne.
This is what made it feel better.
Sancho gave them hope that they didn't even, it wasn't even like justified, you know? They didn't deserve it.
Right.
Because the first goal, was actually kind of interesting because who sent the ball in? Bernardo Silva? Grealish get it to Bernardo. Bernardo gets it into De Bruyne. But the ball went at such a slow pace, the cross into the box, that it was like, of course, a defender for Manchester United is going to get to this ball because it is going just at such a slow speed.
Have you ever seen a cross go through and you're like, are they trying to avoid the ball? Like, why is no one kicking this ball out of the way? This was like a big thing for like Wenger ball. Like every once in a while, cross would come through, and I'm like, this makes no sense. Physics are not taking control here. How is it that no one is attacking this ball? And you just watch it, and you can't do this with City. If this was against, you know, I'm sorry to say Everton, you'd be like, maybe they won't get on the end of it, you know?
Right.
But against Manchester City at home,
they get on the end of it.
Oh, bro.
Literally all the time.
That's the only thing they know how to do.
That first goal was like in the 5th minute, I think. And you're like, all right, this is going to be a long day for Manchester United. But then Sancho, I mean, he did his business.
Worldly.
Yeah, that was a great, great goal. Confident.
Also,
you
his
saw
celebration was like, hey, come on, this
hey.
is what I do.
Look, out of context, that celebration is really just like, I don't know what this team is doing either. You know what I mean?
If knowing what we know now after the full 90.
In hindsight.
2020. But at that moment, and that's the thing we've talked about with Manchester City, they are susceptible. They have a weak jaw. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They throw a lot of punches, and they're good, but they got a weak jaw. If you could rattle them a little bit, especially if you're able to score against them first, you really get them rattled. But to even it out, to equalize, all of a sudden you're thinking to yourself, you know what? Maybe this is a game.
Yeah.
You know, but also, can we talk about where was everyone from Manchester United, fam?
What do you mean?
Where
the players?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, but also like their starting squad. Here, I pulled this up. Let's talk about who actually played on Manchester United's lineup, because it ain't your typical lineup, fam.
Who played?
I don't know if you noticed, but a gentleman by the name of Cristiano Ronaldo was nowhere to be found on the first 11.
That's right. So we pre-game,
So he must have gotten injured, right?
Rangnick said it was a hip flexor.
Yeah,
Nobody. Well, it's still strange that a coach could say that and literally nobody believe it. Why is that the case?
Everyone, it feels like if Ralph Rangnick says something, go to that player's Twitter or Instagram because they're about to suggest otherwise. You know what I mean?
It was pretty surreal and Ronaldo didn't even show up to the game.
Right.
I think I heard that he flew back to Portugal.
Right.
Just an interesting move.
What was said was it's from the accounts on Twitter before the lineup came out. It was Cristiano Ronaldo will not be in the lineup. He won't be in the 18. And the reason for that is not an injury. He just has decided not to play.
Just okay. I don't know.
Remember that one playoff game with the Chicago Bulls where Scottie Pippen decided to not go? This is in the 2 years that Michael Jordan was playing baseball. Scottie Pippen decided, I don't want to go back in. I don't like the way y'all playing right now. I don't like what the coach is asking me to do. I'm not going in. And to this day, he is still being kind of shaded for that. They kind of take it put a negative mark on the character of his style of play and his career.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo decides he doesn't want to play. And you know what the Manchester United fans are going to say? Oh, well, he's the GOAT. He knew
but look,
the tactics weren't up to par. They knew that he didn't want to play in this. He knew this was going to be a debacle. So he decided he didn't want to play. He's right. Everyone else is wrong.
But there's a lot of different things being said because I haven't heard directly from him that he did not want to play.
And you're never gonna.
But the coach said he's injured.
What's the coach gonna say? Yo, he being a little bitch. He being a bitch right now.
Damn, I didn't know the Germans went so hard.
Damn, yo. Ralph Rangnick, apparently a member of Gully Squad, fam.
No, look, I'm gonna believe or at least give him the benefit.
Randy Solares said Ronaldo was scared to play City.
The fact that look, I'll assume. Look, because what the coach is saying.
I like what Dominic Osmond said. City play. What did he say? City play like they FIFA semi-pro. Shit can't not drop for them. And also, shouts to Sofian Benzaza.
Yo, let's go.
In the chat, said $7 for Riyad Mahrez' number with Algeria. Say his name. Show respect, EPL fans. I can't afford his Man City number on a super chat.
Shouts to you, Sofian.
Also, let me say, Riyad Mahrez, is he wasting the tail end of his career being a Manchester City? I know. Him sitting in a parade wouldn't answer that, but he's not an everyday starter, bro. He is so good. I want to see him play every minute of every day wearing a red and white shirt. You get where I'm going?
That is like saying,
Can we feature this? Is there a way to do that?
I don't know. No, I can't do it. I don't think so.
Anyway, we love you, Sophia.
I'm just saying that's like Riyad Mahrez saying like he's wasting his years of City. It's like saying Hugh Hefner is wasting the final years of his life surrounded around attractive women having sex with them every day.
No, but here's the thing. Imagine you're surrounded by a bunch of beautiful women, but not having sex with them every day, only having sex with them every once in a while. Wouldn't you say to yourself, buddy, get out there and, hustle hard every day, Riyad? Look, they don't all have to be nice.
Riyad was great. Got a brace. De Bruyne got a brace. Look, overall, talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, because some reports, and I don't remember who exactly said this, but it was some pundit in England who basically said that he was applauding Ralph Rangnick for sitting Ronaldo because he didn't feel that they would be that he would hurt the team against City.
Yes.
But obviously that's not what Ralph Rangnick. That's not the message he's giving everybody. He's saying that he was injured. So if that's the case, then I'm going to try to believe that because the coach is saying that. If I'm being naive, fine.
No. There's also the thing of like protecting the player a little bit, because at the end of the day, even if the player is being a sourpuss and kicking and screaming and going home and not wanting to be a part of the squad because he's not starting, if that's the case, he's still an investment of the club.
Well, I would say like that's a bold move, even even from the owner's standpoint, like from the Glazer would probably be like, how could you not play him in such a big game that so many people watch? So if that's the case,
is it possible he's past it?
I mean, there's a lot of people saying that.
But here's the thing: you kind of ruin your investment if you play him and he doesn't play well.
Sure, I mean, but it would have been better. Would the result have been different if Cristiano Ronaldo was playing in this game? I'll put it out to the chat as well.
Chat, let us know what you think.
Would it have been any different?
How frustrating is it for people listening to this in their car right now who's like, oh, I wish I could chat right now. But, hey, you got to hang out with us right here on YouTube Live. I like what Randeezy said. Said, finally got to join the live chat since I'm off Mondays. Let's go.
Let's go.
You're not off Mondays. You're on our live right now, baby.
You're working right now, bro.
Punch in, punch out, fam.
So Ezra said Ralph dropped Ronaldo and he said I wouldn't be in the squad. Okay, look, if that's the all right.
Right. You heard police sirens before, and now you're hearing things drop behind us. So if at any point this camera starts to walk away from us, it's been stolen by whoever broke it.
Randeezy, that's on you. You have to be taking care of it.
How about more like Rand, take it easy, huh? Come on. Ronaldo is still their top scorer. Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? They can't. So this was interesting, right? Scott McTominay after the game, he I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but he essentially said like that essentially we're either losing the ball, we're not able to press because people are doing too many fancy things.
Ooh.
As far as just
And
passing the
who
ball.
do we think he pointed the turret to?
And he pointed out, he's like, Manchester City, they play simple passes, and we do not. Who can we blame?
But also, I feel like that's a little bit of a symptom of Ralph Rangnick's sort of management style and training and the system he's trying to put in. He's trying to be like, yo, who taught y'all to do this, man? That guy's open.
can't.
Pass it. You move. What are we doing?
I can't. How can you unlearn this stuff, bro? This is crazy.
Y'all got to stop being trash. That's step number one. In fact, who was it? Crimson Pizza said, yo, can we get Chris Armas to be Ralph Rangnick's gully translator, like the Key and Peele speech? He's angry, Ralph Rangnick with the ring. He's like, hey, yo, fam, enough with that.
He got the Yankee fitted and the bubble jacket behind him.
He got the yellow and black North Face. He's like, fam, what we doing? Yo, you doing too much, and also somehow it's not enough. I don't know how you're doing that.
Sofian said, since Real's Galacticos version 2.0, I have never seen such a badly managed legendary club the way Manchester United is being managed.
And it just feels so good.
Well, they were so good for so long that there was an error. I was thinking about this today. I'm like all the people, even like Flex, I'm like, so many people grew up with Manchester United, and it's part of their identity. Just the same way.
Arsenal fans.
Yeah. Arsenal fans, you know.
Why did we talk about the Invincibles? Because we ain't going to talk about Marwan Shamak, fam. We ain't talking about Nicholas Bentner up in here.
Honestly, nobody's talked more about Marwan Shamak than us on this show.
I gotta be honest with you. Marwan Shamak's alerts are like, damn, yo, these guys love me, bro.
So, but
Marwan Shamak's kids don't talk about Marwan Shamak.
But a lot
as
of
much as we
people,
do.
you know, and I've heard this so often, a lot of people go up to people like Thierry Henry or Ian Wright, and they say, curse you for making me a fan of this club.
Bro, it's your fault.
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
And now the Manchester United fans can finally do the same thing. They can finally go up to certain people, whether it's Giggs or Neville or whatever, and
I
be
think
like,
about the rapper Giggs. Be like, hey, yo, you ruined my... Oh, I see you have a knife. Never mind. Different gigs.
I love his music, though. Great gig.
Yeah, great. Too slow of a rapper for me, but I
bro,
like that he's working with America now.
It's my pace.
Yeah.
You know,
You're very... You like music with a message, though. It's so disgusting.
What's the message in his music?
No, but that's your thing. He's like you got to hear all his stuff is like... It's like if church people may rap, that's what he listens to.
Far from that, but okay.
Whatchamacallit? Let's talk a little bit about what you just mentioned, which is the era that Manchester United came from. Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yes.
Do you know how many Premier League titles he has?
I don't know. More
13.
than 10. Yeah.
13.
13, yeah.
Second place.
Behind who?
Tied for second place. No, he's first. Tied for second is Arsene Wenger, Mourinho, and I can't remember the other manager. They have 3. Dog. He has 10 more.
Wow.
10 more. Pep. It's Pep Guardiola. 10 more than the 3 people chasing him in second place.
Pep has
3.
no.
Pep has 3 Premier League titles.
Didn't we just take a photo with the? I just took a photo with the trophy, and it had 5, I think. How many times has City won?
Mancini and Pellegrini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the other.
Come
okay.
on.
Yeah. I'm just like, I thought.
Listen, if we get paid by City, we're City fans now. You need to know this information. Don't forget, we are available for the bag. I will burn every Arsenal shirt
Hasn't
I have.
Pep been there 25 years?
Yeah, I know. It does feel like it, doesn't it?
Jamal says 4.
Nah, he's won 3, my G.
Am I okay?
He got one this year.
Oh, he's about to have 4.
Yeah, he's about to have 4.
Maybe that's what.
Now Jamal just said 3 or 4.
Okay.
Go hedging your bets, my G. I like it. That's because I talk shit on gigs, bro. You know what the problem was is when he did that song with Drake and he was like, look at them titties sitting on perky. It's like, you ain't gonna win us over with them bars, my G.
I just love hearing you say, look at them titties.
Right now, my wife just went like this. Alexis here. She felt a cold chill up the back of her neck. I grew up with the real men of Manchester United.
Wow.
Joe Gordon, Ray Wilkins, Gary Bailey. When they kept losing to Liverpool.
Yeah, dude, that's an absolute legend right there.
So here's my point. 13. Look how far we have fallen. how far we have fallen from that top Manchester United fans, where you're now sitting on hoping for fifth.
Hoping for a nice trip to to Villarreal or something, whatever.
You really want to play Ferencváros. That's how bad you want this.
No, it is.
And you know how greasy I'm talking right now because I'm Arsenal, right?
I mean,
and what are we saying? We're potentially playing for third, fam. And what y'all doing? I have that bet with Flex that if Arsenal finishes fourth, which will be above Manchester United in this scenario, then he has to eat the hottest hot wing from Hot Ones. He's got to eat the last.
Is he a spicy food guy?
No.
Yeah, he does not seem like the type of person who would want to do this.
No, he does not. He's very adamant about
where
not
do you
wanting
get?
to do it.
Do they just like sell the hottest hot sauce like somewhere?
It's Hot Ones created it. They sell it.
They have like a Whole Foods, or you get it online?
I think you can order on their website, but they do carry it at stores. I don't know if Whole Foods carries it.
Okay. Trader Joe's.
Yeah, come get it at Wegmans or Lidl. Ladle?
I don't know what you're talking about. I guess it's
Lidl. What's the supermarket? Lidl.
Lidl.
Lil what? Is a rapper? You a rapper? Lil what? What are you? LIDL. It's probably German.
Jamal said Thursday night in Uzbekistan, the middle of a train station conference league settings for them. That'd be great.
Yo, Jamal. I thought Jamal was a United fan.
I don't know.
Maybe
no, Arsenal, I believe.
Oh, Jamal, you
If
a
London,
Gooner, baby?
How many? That's a good.
First of all, there's no Manchester United fans in Manchester. They all live in China, New York, Los Angeles, London.
Right.
Come on,
right? I'm wondering, like, are there a lot of United fans in London, or how often? I'm sure there's a bunch, right?
No, yes.
Okay. I'm just curious. I don't know.
Sam is freaking out behind you. Yes, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Ooh, he just said, you got to remember there's only one city worth living in the UK. So he's talking about you, Scunthorpe.
Jamal said Arsenal.
No one wants to lose in no one. What's that? Was Stockport? Ain't no Stockport, fam.
Nitra asked, what happens if Flex wins? And
then I got to eat the last dab. But like, yo, fam, I mean, I might as well just drink it with a straw.
It's not
really
me
and hot sauce.
Not much of a punishment.
That's like you know what he should do? He should make me do 10 push-ups. That's what he should do.
Bro.
That's the equivalent.
Half a pull-up?
Yo, you ain't getting it. More like a pull down that bar off the wall, my G.
Can he?
Why you adding on top of shit? Why you gotta add exercise?
I don't know. This might be some fun Patreon content, okay?
Jamal is Arsenal, and he said they are tourists, not gonna lie. Yeah, dude, Manchester United fans, they ain't from Manchester.
All right.
Them trains be full, fam.
So the thing I said about Scott McTominay, making we do too many fancy things or whatever.
Did the chat say who they think he's talking about?
Look, so I saw
Carl Twitter, but Cockfield.
Let's go.
Come on, you white balance. If you ask nicely.
The comments under the tweet about it were mainly like either Bruno Fernandes,
right,
who did not have a great game. I would assume some people think Pogba, but Pogba does fancy things.
He just got there. That dude was injured for like 3 months.
No, but Pogba does do fancy things, but they usually work out pretty well.
Yeah.
But he does.
Also, that's what you pay for.
Yeah, but he does. I believe in the I don't know if it was the first goal or the second goal. He was the one who lost the ball. Like Bruno does this as well. They just lose the ball in places that they just really, really should not. Or they're expecting a call and the whistle never comes.
Losing the ball isn't the issue. It's what happens when the ball is lost. And that's what I want to talk about is who's behind McTominay?
Fred.
Yeah, and they might be behind him are the center backs. And they might be looking the wrong way. I don't know what's going on. Is Harry Maguire being paid more by the competition than by Manchester United? His career got to be over, right?
No, man, it's just weekend
at United. I do think he's a good enough defender for other clubs, but not United.
Yeah, I would say the problem is not Harry Maguire or Manchester United, but it is Harry Maguire at Manchester United. Like he was not this bad at Leicester.
Okay, so I want you to continue this train of thought.
Yeah.
take Harry Maguire off of Manchester United.
Hold on. Jose Lopez just said, currently at work, told my boss I'm on a Zoom call with 2 potential clients.
Hey, we're thinking about buying. I don't know what you're selling, baby.
This PowerPoint presentation is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Ooh, they got a good deck. Look at that deck. Damn, son.
I've just never seen one so large.
Guys, they just sent me a deck pitch. And let me tell you something.
All
It
good.
is quite nice. Airdrop me that deck pitch. Are we silly? Uh-huh.
Yeah, that happens. Okay. So, yeah, continue.
So take Harry Maguire. I need the chat to get involved in this, too. Take Harry Maguire off of Manchester United. Who has a better result from that? Who's doing better? Like, you know, your boy breaks up with his girl? Mm-hmm. Who's doing better 6 months later? Is it your boy or is it that girl? Who's doing better, Manchester United without Maguire or Maguire not having to be on Manchester United?
I would say Manchester United would be a little bit better because
So you think Maguire going to be down bad once he leaves?
No. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine in either a different system or something. There was a point in the second half where De Bruyne is out wide. He's about to receive the ball.
Look at Jamal's comment.
Jamal said, honestly, what do you lot expect from a team that employs Booker T as right back? This is so mean.
It just was so unnecessary.
We'll get to Wan-Bissaka in a moment.
It's so unnecessary, and I couldn't appreciate it more, honestly.
It's not that it's like these players are not terrible. They
Jamal.
it has to be the instruction they are given because Maguire.
No. It's the pre-learning they did.
Okay.
You know what it is? It's taking a bunch of juvie kids and putting them in a boarding school now. It's like now there's a lot you're gonna have to readjust. You know what I mean?
The point I was making, there was the yellow card that Harry Maguire got. He fouled De Bruyne, but you see him. It's a long ball that's going to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne receives the ball, and you know that there's nobody behind Maguire. Like De Bruyne is going to either kick the ball forward.
He's gonna just roast him. He's gonna go right around him.
But that's the thing. So
it's like you coming at me with the ball. It's like, what do you people expect?
But Maguire, and that's the thing. Maguire goes for the ball inside his own half,
in the anticipation that if De Bruyne does get the ball, I've got no option.
Or basically, I'm just gonna go after the ball or just clean this dude's clock, right?
Right.
But like a reasonable person would be like, there's nobody behind me. There's so much distance between me and where De Bruyne is about to like receive the ball.
Right.
Let me
if
just
I'm the last line of defense, maybe I should make a simple move as opposed to chase after this ball and leave him square open with my goalkeeper.
And it's just like a simple thing like that where you're already losing. Like, it's not even that you're losing. I understand like they want to be aggressive, but it's like there's no reasonable decision making. The decision making, it's like what I'm assuming the instruction was like, don't be aggressive. Don't let them get the ball out of their own half. That's the only thing I can do. I'm giving Harry Maguire the benefit of the doubt because it just makes no sense.
You're
just
like, maybe there was another king in the pack.
Just wait.
Yeah.
And De Bruyne's not the fastest dude in the world. He's not really gonna get by you, and it's unnecessary tackle. It made no sense. But that's the thing is that throughout the game he makes decisions like that are so costly. I mean, the really bad one was from Lindelof that let the ball go through his legs inside the box. I'm like, bro, what?
How?
Just hit it out.
This is Sunday League shit, fam.
It made no sense, and it's things like that. And something happens at Manchester United. Like I think these players can't handle this pressure because they know the club that
they're all trying to do too much because of the pressure they're under.
Yeah.
And one of the things I need to reiterate, Chritian and I are in no way, shape, or form tacticians. We sound like it when we're talking about Maguire.
I feel it's like I always try to like.
Oh, Jamal said that was Maguire. Maguire to Charlotte.
Oh, that was Maguire that went to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maguire is a defensive Mitrovic, championship star, and that's all. Mitrovic got like 32 goals with like 18 games left.
And then when he gets
he comes up here, he's just smoking cigarettes, man. He ain't got nothing to do up here, boy.
He just can't find the net.
Joey Gusto said, imagine the headlines. FC Cincinnati taking a flyer on Harry Maguire. Maguire. No other club is down hard enough to want him. They will take him, and they will have a Brexit build that wall backline.
It's look.
They also have Jeff Cameron.
Manchester United just before this match, we're in 4th place. They should be in. They're a Champions League worthy team. I mean, even with the amount of mistakes that they make.
Football Capo said Yimi Chara is better than Bruno. I mean, for the last 2 games, ain't no competition.
Well, you ain't getting a fight from us there. I try to give these guys the benefit of the doubt because you just kind of like you saw him at Leicester. He won the Premier League. What happened there?
It's all grind at the bottom. Bastard.
He's drinking coffee, everybody.
I'm drinking the coffee grind.
It's delicious. Okay.
Right in my veins.
I see how much these guys are getting slammed on the internet, and it's just like I just try to at least give them some benefit of the doubt. I'm like, maybe there's something like Harry Maguire couldn't have gone from England's captain and Manchester United's captain to just an absolute guy that shouldn't even be on the roster. Like that seems like such
there's a lot of conversation about whether Harry Maguire deserved to be captain of England, And there's a lot of conversation about whether he deserves to be captain of Manchester United. You know what I mean?
Look, I think
there's a lot of conversation whether he deserves to be captain of a boat he owns.
The SS bottled it.
Yeah. The SS Oops. Have you been on it?
Look, I think really right now, Harry Maguire's greatest asset is that he's actually a huge threat to score. He scores a fair amount of goals per season because he got a big old melon. Okay,
he got that flat forehead, man. I don't know how you got that. It's perfect for headers.
Because he traps the ball right on his forehead.
He holds it up there, dude. I don't know how he does it. Cowboy coffee, said Trish Murphy. Of course, that's when you pop in, Trish. Thanks for hanging out with us. That's top of my voice, Trish. Maguire is not the captain of England. Also, what are you lot saying?
Wasn't he? I thought he was the captain.
Yeah, they were talking about making him captain a while back, not now.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Bro, stop it. Come on, Jamal London. Sips Colombian coffee, says Colo Blanco. Colo Blanco in the house, the greatest mod in the game. Okay. Jamal said slab it. I don't know if that's offensive. I almost don't want to say it because I don't know. I'm like, is this like an old time? Everything English people say is old timey. Right? They're all like, they reckon. Oh, I reckon I'm going to the store. Oh, do you?
All right, there, Wreck-It Ralph.
I know. All right, Sir Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, we're here to roast England a little bit.
I know Harry Kane is the captain. Yes.
Yeah, has Maguire ever worn the captain's armband for England?
I'm pretty sure either that or they were talking about it.
I feel like it feels like it's a real thing, but maybe we're wrong. Okay.
Maguire didn't win the Premier League, WTF.
He didn't with Leicester?
No.
Wasn't he there?
No.
Who was the center back?
Wes Morgan.
Wes Morgan. Oh.
Wes Morgan was also captain, if I'm not mistaken.
He wasn't on the roster at all?
Nah.
Oh, man. That was in 2015?
Yeah, that's when Welbeck hit that header, and I believed. Oh,
that Arsenal. Yeah.
When we beat Leicester at home, I believe at their house. Oh God.
Okay.
All right. By the way, I just want to look at the points, the player ratings, if you will. Harry Maguire was 5.4. Tellez is 5.4. But Lindelof is the worst here with 4.7.
Yes, I see.
4.7.
Not good.
That's a rough one. When you ain't even hitting a 5.
I mean, just like, once you're on the team sheet, you're at least a 5.
Right? That's like you get a 5 just for getting your name right.
SATs.
Yeah. Did you, your school didn't have like regular grades, right? You went to one of these like new
My
new
high
schools.
school, yes. My high school did not have regular. We had just ES exceed the standard, MS met the standard, or DMS did not meet the standard.
Well, I had DMX. This is why you are the way you are, by the way, because you went to the school. But whatchamacallit? Did you ever have the 0 through 100 grading system?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And before
what was the minimum passing?
65.
Okay, so some people say 70, some people say 65. So if we look at these ratings as like 5.4 would be a 54 out of 100, right?
Right.
So how many people passed? How many people got 6.5 or above? I'm going to count. Sancho got a 7.6. Pogba got a 6.6. I mean, that's the Alexis score right there. Like, hey, shut up, that's passing, right? Elanga got a 6.6. And that's it. With 3. Three passing grades.
Yeah. I mean the thing that what was it, the last 15 minutes, how much possession did Manchester United have? Something like
92-8.
92-8. So,
Which some people are saying that means Manchester United quit. They gave up.
I mean, it felt that way.
They felt that way.
I have eyes that function. And really
I didn't know the math, but I knew.
But
I knew. I didn't see all the work, but I knew.
but yeah, that was.
Robert Hutch was the other Leicester City. Remember Robert Hutch?
Damn.
Fam, what's he up to? That guy owns used car lots.
Well,
now.
Christian Fuchs is playing for Charlotte FC. We saw him yesterday. That was cool.
And that whole team is fuked.
92-8. So, I mean, this is the bigger concern.
Do we have any Manchester United fans in the chat? I feel like I would have left about 20 minutes ago, but
Siri Brown said, "Hey, look, it's my favorite secretaries." Hello.
hey.
Okay.
Welcome to OS Corp.
Have a seat. Would you like some tea or coffee? What was the point I was making? Oh, yeah. So the fact that as far as giving up, this is Manchester, in my opinion, whatever the lore and history and legend of Manchester United, like if you wear
buried.
if you wear that shirt, there can't be a situation where I don't care how good a team. Look, Everton played Manchester City the week prior. And if you saw both of those games, what team that played against City played with more heart?
Yeah, of course.
So it's the Manchester United can't ever be in some situation where they are either tactically inept or where the quality is not to the degree of Manchester City, where they can't even possess the ball.
The most important thing of what you just said, but you missed one thing, it's effort.
Right.
You may not be winning. You may not be scoring, but you are Manchester United. If you are the club that's the biggest club in the world, if you're the one with the most history in the world, if you're the club that is recognized more than any other club all over the world, as per the fans, I'm not saying this is all facts, this is as per Manchester United fans, then you wearing that shirt have no right to not put at least an effort forth. And I'm sorry, 8%. You got to try to get less than 10% possession, fam. You got to try. That is no effort. No effort whatsoever.
Yeah, because those last few minutes, it was just...
People paid to watch that game.
But it was essentially Manchester City being like, how much we want to score on these fools?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how?
What are we going to make it 4-2?
Yeah, but it really felt like, all right, we know we're going to win, but let's embarrass them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Manchester United should never be in that position. Like, let's be real.
This is like a boxer who's kind of jabbing as you're kind of a little squiggly, not wanting to land the big punch just yet.
Right.
Let me play with him a little more.
Especially since if lineup to lineup, I mean, Manchester City we know they're the better team, but player to player, if you did a combined best 11, that'd be a fair amount of Manchester United players in there, right? You're not gonna pick 11.
City versus United?
Yeah, you'd pick a couple.
Who?
So all right.
No. Who?
Who? All right.
Let's go back. I'll even do it from this lineup because they even had Juarez in goal. We ain't never heard of him. Who?
Okay.
Who would you take? Pull that up so they could see it.
Okay. Who? All right.
All right. Let's start from
okay. Pogba. I would take Pogba
over Rodri.
Over, I mean,
He's playing
it's
in
not the same
Rodri's
exact
position.
formation.
It's not the same, but we
Yeah,
can kind of.
maybe. Yeah, I would. Yes. Regardless of who would we switch.
I got to be honest. That's a push.
All
and
right.
I'd probably go Rodri right now.
But Rodri, you think Rodri will be? They're not the same type of player, but you think?
Would you take Grealish or Elanga?
I would take Elanga. I mean, so this is as an attacker.
Mahrez or Sancho?
Mahrez.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you said Sancho, I'm like,
No,
you are
no.
only going to social wearing a Christian mask.
I mean, I don't know, man.
De Bruyne or Fred? I mean, what? These aren't even questions.
I mean, Pogba and maybe Bruno. Maybe Bruno. At least. I mean, it can't be. I just think that because of
Maybe De Gea because Moarez is starting. Maybe, and that's it for me.
I mean,
and I
it's
love
Ederson.
Pogba.
It's Ederson.
I love Pogba. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ederson. I love Pogba. I absolutely love Pogba, but I don't think he starts over.
Jamal
Brozovic.
says stop the cap. No United player gets into that 11. Really?
Bruh, yeah, you alone on this one.
Really, I think Pep is able to do more with lower quality players, and not by it's not a incredible drop, but I think because tactically and his system works so well, a lot of different players can fit. So there's a couple United players.
You have to say that about the Rebel system as well. That Ralph Rangnick is trying to bring over. He ain't got the ingredients.
Okay. So, but
I said, look, I'm giving all the credit to Ralph Rangnick because this is what I said about Arteta. So we got to be even, right? Arteta didn't have the ingredients before when he got there. It took him a year or two to get it. The difference is when he walked in, they won an FA Cup.
right.
The hell's Ralph done? And it's the players. It's the players' fault. It's not Ralph's fault. I don't blame this on Ralph one bit.
Right.
It's the players' fault. They done gave up. Who was it? McTominay said they do too many fancy things. Now the rumor is Rashford is weighing his options. He's got a contract through 2024. He's weighing his options now that he's not getting playing time at Manchester United. He's thinking about where else to go. Germany being a possibility for the guy. I mean, this is what a fall from grace.
He would light it up in Germany. I would love to watch that. Just
so good.
Smacking up Wolfsburg week in, week out.
Man said lower quality players. Christian City squad is £1 billion plus. I don't know what he was talking about.
No, I mean, look.
You're saying they're system players.
I'm not saying that exclusively. I'm just saying I'm crediting Pep by saying like he can. So all right. So even let's say Jack Grealish, who's not he's $100 million, but has he
overpaid for him for sure.
But he's doing well in that system, and he's not even really doing that much per se as far as just like goals and assists. And I know Pep
stat wise, you're right.
Pep did the thing he said recently, like everybody pays attention to the stats, but there's things that players do, and blah blah blah. So fine. I'm just saying I'm praising him for being able to do that, but I'm also saying that yes, if Bruno, if Pogba was on City, I think they would be unbelievable players. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
Joe Whitlock said people are saying it's the manager's fault in one breath and then it's the players in the next. That sums it up. It's everybody's fault now.
No, dude. I mean, there's too many systemic issues with Manchester United. And
Golo Blanco said we don't talk about Bruno. No, that's Encanto.
That's Encanto.
Okay,
yeah, have you seen it yet?
No,
bro, you gotta watch it.
In 10 years, the answer's still gonna be no.
You gotta watch it.
I just saw Harry Potter for the first time, and it stinks. I don't know why any of you are proud of it.
All right, there it is.
We don't talk about City's money, nay. Is this the song? That's still the song?
Okay, all right. Let's
You're like, okay, let's stop talking about
let's move on.
Pep really making those weaker players step up in Man City, Barca, Bayern, said Joe Whitlock. Yeah, dude, he's a small system kind of a guy, you know.
So, let's take a quick look at the table. Obviously, it's a little closer than I think a lot of people expected. In first place, obviously, City, but it's only 6 points, man.
With a game in hand.
With a game, Liverpool has a game in hand.
Yeah, well, with a game left to go for Liverpool.
Yeah.
But I think the real competition there is between now 4th and 3rd. We were talking about previously, will Arsenal get to 4th? And somebody said it, not me, somebody much smarter than me said, if Arsenal don't finish in 4th, it's Arsenal's fault. I think now, okay, we made somebody laugh, which I guess when I said somebody smarter than me, and I guess that's everybody. But Arsenal now are in competition for 3rd, even with the game in hand on Chelsea, which Arsenal have played 25, Chelsea has played 26. We're still kind of in line.
Okay.
We're still kind of in competition for 3rd, which I think is really what we should be aiming for. The battle for 4th, as far as I'm concerned, is ours if we want it. That's ours. 4th is ours.
Yeah.
Who's competing with us? West Ham?
No.
Didn't they just lose? Yeah, they just lost to...
They lost to...
Liverpool. Liverpool 1-0.
1-0. Look, but the 3 games in hand, really, you're going to have to... Arsenal, not only...
Take away our games in hand. Where are we on goal differential? 12. We're above Manchester United. We're above West Ham. Mm-hmm. We're above Tottenham, right? Even if you want to throw Wolves in there as possible, they're 8 points away from us. We're above them. Points. We're above all of them. Even if we're even on matches, if we lost all the games in hand, we'd still be fine. We'd still be in competition for third. We wouldn't be in a great position, but we'd still be in competition. And one of those games in hand is against Chelsea. So that game that they have above us, bruh, we win that, not easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to. I'm saying if we win that, a big ol' if, what does that put us at? Let's say that was the next match, which it's not, but let's say that was the next match. That would put us at 51 points, and that would keep them at 53 points. Bruh, we're within striking difference, and we still have that game in hand because they played an extra match.
Okay. All right.
So what am I saying here?
Who are you trying to convince?
And bruh, Arteta has wiped away 125 million pounds from the wages. What are we talking about?
Look,
and people didn't believe in Arteta. Oh, he shunned Ozil. Oh, he shunned Aubameyang. We didn't need him. We didn't need him. You know when that dude revs up real fast and goes past you, and then y'all get to the red light and you right there next to him again? That's exactly who Arteta is, baby. I'm gonna go my own pace. You make all that noise, baby. We're in an electric.
okay. Well, we found Arsenal's teacher's pet. Okay.
I'm Alexis Alanga. Nice to meet you.
The game against Watford. Three great goals.
3-2. We should have won 3-1.
Right.
And we could have used the extra little bit of bump in the goal differential, but we'll take the one. But huge win against a team that's fighting for relegation helped you out.
Oh my goodness!
You are also fighting for
Thank you
relegation.
very much, because that was the game it was Burnley, Watford, and Norwich all lost, and Chelsea was 0-0 at halftime.
Is it Norwich or Norwich?
Norwich.
You're saying Norwich.
Norwich. That's how I've heard it pronounced.
I'm asking, is it Norwich or Norwich?
Norwich?
Norwich.
No.
Say it one more time.
Norwich.
Norwich. I'm asking which one. Is it Norwich or Norwich? That's what he said. He said Norwich.
I'm saying.
He said Norwich. He said N-A-R. I'm saying N-O-R.
I'm saying it the way they say it. Norwich.
I'm the one saying that. He's saying Norwich. Yeah. I think he's Australian, bro. I think he's lying to us.
Unbelievable. Okay, I'm glad we sorted out. We have our resident Englishman to help us out. No, huge results in Everton's favor. Everton are playing Tottenham at 3 p.m. Eastern time today. We're recording obviously before the game. But bro, it's gonna be a difficult game. But I mean, Everton needs a point. They need a goddamn point. Anything they can do
That's
to get
all
something.
you need is a point.
A point.
And it's against Tottenham. So if you keep them to a draw, I'm happy.
Yes.
So I helped you out.
I
Could
think
you
they-
please
I think they
help
can
me
win.
out?
I think they can win. But we'll see. Okay.
I do want to correct something in the chat, though. Laka has not scored. Crimson Pizza said now that Laka finally scored again, he could focus on being a facilitator, which he is better at than scoring. He's been a part of 9 goal-scoring opportunities, but it's only 1 goal, 8 assists. Incredible.
Still amazing.
But
Yeah.
he didn't score. In fact, they took the goal away from him in the previous match. They made it an own goal. So
Because it hit.
because the keeper batted it in.
Right.
It was
yeah.
more of a cross than anything else.
Yeah.
Because it kind of curled away from goal.
They count just the same. Okay.
Hey, baby, I don't care. Give me them 3 points, bro. I don't care if I get shot and I fall, like I get shot in the foot and I trip and knee the ball in the goal, count it as a goal and count the 3 points. That's what I want.
Wow. Okay.
Also, no one shoot me in the foot.
I don't want to make a real world example out of it.
Jamal London says Everton are going to win today.
Thank you for the confidence. I love Arsenal fans supporting Everton from time to time.
Wait, Jamal London said it's Norwich. I'm saying it right. Norwich. I don't know. Someone waved at us, so I waved back.
Why don't you? He is English. Sam is English.
I just don't think he's hearing me right. You know what it is? Maybe in my head I sound different than I sound out. Every once in a while I hear myself and I'm like, that's not me. Oh, my God, that is me.
I cannot believe it.
Who's that deli owner that's yelling? Oh, that's me.
So the okay. What else? What else should we?
Let's talk about Manchester City. They didn't just win on the pitch, bruh. Their legends won eating pizza with us.
Right. So we gotta show everybody. Look, this is Alexis with Pablo Zabaleta at a pizza place, Linda Street, in Brooklyn.
Am I wearing the brown version of this sweatshirt? I bought 2. They were on sale.
Yeah, we could tell people kind of the story of this. Is a look. I mean,
let's start with the interview. So we got asked if we would be willing to interview Pablo Zabaleta in person. I'm like, willing? Would we be willing to pay you for the opportunity? The answer is yes.
We think we can pencil that in.
Yeah. Let's go back to the bigger screen for the edit.
Okay.
So we get asked, hey, Pablo Zabaleta is coming in to do a bunch of Manchester City stuff. Some folks that work for Manchester City US know of us, think we're pretty good at interviewing, said, hey, would you want to interview him? We immediately said, So the interview is taking place. Well, they're revealing a pitch for kids, right? There's a kids event.
It wasn't the pitch was already there. It was not. Okay. They were revealing it.
Well, then why reveal it if it's already there?
The kids, they go to the school. But no, it was they surprised the kid. They did a pickup game with the kids, and Pablo played with them. And so kids.
We were supposed to get there at 1.
Right.
And you did.
I did. I got there on time.
Here's why I did not. I'm on my scooter traveling up 3rd Ave, doing what I do. And then all of a sudden, the back end starts getting a little squirrely on me. And it starts going wherever it wants. And I think I'm going to die. Now, we're going pretty slow speed because there is traffic. Thank God. So I look back and I see my tire over there and my wheel right over here. It's not going well.
Wait, your tire and your wheel? What?
The tire came off the wheel.
The tire, okay.
So, like, the tire was bent out, and I'm like,
aren't the tire and the wheel the same thing? The tire and the wheel. You mean like the rim?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying. A wheel includes the tire. That's how I think.
The wheel is the rim.
I don't know, Alexis.
No, okay? I'm telling you, you're wrong here. Out of the 2 of us, you're wrong. So anyway, it's 1 o'clock. Is when we're supposed to get there. It's now 12:30. I am not over there. I am off to the side of the road as people are honking at me for blocking the traffic, making worse traffic, as I'm on the phone with my insurance company to come tow this thing to a lot. They brought a whole flatbed. So I messaged Christian. I go, hey, man, I'm not going to make it. Christian's like, hey, don't worry. This event goes till about 3. I'm sure you'll get here by 3. 2:30, I hit him up like, yeah, man, I ain't going to make it. I'm in the tow truck heading south the wrong direction. But luckily, they were willing to let us interview him at the NYCFC offices. So we got a chance to interview him. Right. And, when you guys hear this interview.
Yeah, it'll be available. You'll see some clips soon, but you'll see it, some stuff on Patreon. So patreon.com/Cooligans if some behind-the-scenes stuff.
What were you thinking as I hit you up to say, hey, I ain't going to make it?
I mean, upset. I was like, this is ridiculous. Why? At first, I was like, he shouldn't have bought this damn scooter. What a waste of money. Of course, this is going to put him in danger. He's already been hit by a car. And now this. I'm like, what?
Did you really think
How many more signs does this dude need to not have a goddamn scooter? So that crossed my mind.
It really did?
Yes, of course.
He doesn't share this with me, but I hope you're okay. That's all he wrote.
But I'm not going to be a monster.
No. Be a monster. I appreciate it so much. By the way, you are a monster. You're just not sharing it.
But no, yeah, I was like, oh, man, this might be our only opportunity to interview Pablo Zabaleta.
I thought the same thing.
This is while Alexis is dealing with his stupid scooter.
Right.
I'm over here taking.
By the way, life-threatening situation.
Okay. You know what? New York has functional subways that are much safer.
I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't say that. I carry a blade with me on the subway now, boy.
But I'm here taking photos with Pablo Zabaleta and the Premier League trophy.
He's out here. I am sitting on the side of the road, freezing. It was still cold that day, waiting for a tow truck to get there. They told me it was going to be 90 minutes. And I'm looking on Twitter, and I see Christian looking like a damn player standing next to Pablo Zabaleta. Apparently, they shared jeans.
We have very similar jeans where I did feel like, oh, okay, this is I look like a European player that is out just being a tourist in New York.
Damo said Alexis is right about this. I'm sure that's about the wheel and the tire. You're wrong.
The tire goes on the wheel, Christian.
Yeah, duh.
Well, my father's a mechanic, and he never taught me anything.
Yeah,
okay?
Clearly you don't have a great relationship with him, and neither do I with my father. So luckily they said, hey, he has other interviews he has to do at this office. You guys can come there. So we got a chance to sit with him in the office And it was a little bit more relaxed than it probably would have been. So it worked out in the end. I didn't die.
Yeah.
First check. Second check. We still got to do the interview. But I would say we bonded with Pablo Zabaleta. He had a good time.
I think so. And then, so we during the interview, it was great. But then we spoke to him before the interview and after the interview.
In fact, remember when I asked him, I go, we talked about the World Cup final that he lost and how gut-wrenching it was. And then I said, hey, how about we'll go back. You win that World Cup final. But then that means you have to go vegan for the rest of your life. You Argentinian meat-eating animal.
You carnivore.
And I'm not even going to tell you. It was absolutely hilarious to watch his face and the response. The Manchester City people behind the camera were like in awe. They were clapping at what was happening to this man who's pretty well spoken. Who you got to see you got to watch the interview. So if you're in Gully Squad, go check it out when it comes out.
When it comes out. Okay. So, but then we did that interview. It was great. Hanging out with him, but then
we bonded though. We had a connection.
I would
to the point where if he saw us again, they'd be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Right, because and when I kind of laid the groundwork at the school because I told him.
You're just massaging him.
I'm massaging him. I'm like, hey, look, this is just the foreplay for what's about to happen later.
This is a little amuse-bouche.
But I told him, I introduced myself, and I said, like, hey, he was doing a couple of interviews. He did an interview with, like, Telemundo and stuff, and he did some other interview, and it's like, what's it like to win the Premier League? I'm like, yeah, we heard it before.
So you're a professional football player. How is that?
Okay, the way I start the show, that's the energy.
Yeah, See how he is now? I try to get him here in the beginning. He just doesn't want to get it. I gotta warm him up.
And I told him like, hey, look, we're comedians. We're gonna do an interview later. And then it was already. I could see he was like, oh, what is it? A little startled. But then when we got to the office, he was like, already, okay, I met you before, and the whole thing.
And also, we got a chance to talk to him a little bit before the cameras were set up.
Yeah.
Where we got to kind of, I think it's always good for us to talk to the guest beforehand because it gives them an opportunity to be like, oh, they're not serious. You know what I mean? But then I get invited to an event at the Puma store.
Right.
The next day. You couldn't make it.
I couldn't go.
But Pablo Zabaleta is going to be there with the trophy, and a bunch of Manchester City fans have signed up, a lot of Argentina fans. A couple of San Lorenzo fans showed up.
Oh, wow.
One guy with a Cerro Porteño shirt, and he was like, take it off. But it was really cool to see, right? So we get invited. Give me a gift card, by the way, which is pretty cool.
Pablo gave it to you?
No. Puma did. That was pretty dope. It was a little thank you for coming. Bought myself a little Neymar jacket. I should have wore it today, actually.
Man, you're just like a little kid on Christmas.
Bro, I love getting free stuff.
Grandma, how'd you know?
How'd you know I wanted something? So Pablo's there. I walk across the street, and here's a little bit behind the scenes. The dude who works for Puma wasn't sure who we were. Didn't really know.
I just want to read this real quick from Chanchada Millonaria. Say, es argentino. No hay ninguna chance que dejaría los asaditos. Which is
you just gotta
a fair.
You gotta listen. You just gotta see the interview, right? So I see them across the street. I see him and the Manchester City gentleman who's with him. And I said, hey. I walk up like, hey, it's me. And they're like, hey. Okay, so now they recognize it wasn't like quick hello, back to the phone.
Yeah.
So the dude from Puma doesn't know a lot about Cooligans. Doesn't know who I am. He was told to invite me.
And we got to blame everyone in the chat for not screaming the Cooligans from the rooftops.
Right. Where's all these tattoos you guys promised to get? So anyway, he just got the job with Puma. His job is to sort of corral a little bit of like anticipation for this, bring out some folks who are maybe influencers or names or media types within the soccer football community. We get invited. He wasn't sure who we were, but he was told to invite us. So all I know is I'm walking in the back door of this Puma store with a high-level executive of Manchester City and a legend who's won the league twice with them, Pablo Zabaleta, and me. It's just the three of us, no security. We walk in, and this gentleman makes eye contact with me, and he was like, how did you? And you see it in his face. He's like, Alexis? And then we get in the elevator, we go up, and it was just hanging out. He's signing a bunch of names and stuff, but everyone starts talking about how they're hungry. And I said, well,
and this is where Alexis steps up.
I said, I'm glad you brought an expert. I'm glad an expert was invited. And I said, hey, if you're going to go somewhere, I said, look, I know y'all do this. Y'all bring, like, Premier League players to the worst restaurants. You bring them to Tao, Catch, all these stupid restaurants that are just for celebrities that aren't even that good. The food ain't even that great. You just want to be celebrated as a celebrity when you walk in and get that treatment. How about you take him to a real place? He's Argentinian. People from Buenos Aires eat more pizza per capita than New Yorkers. Why don't you take him to the best pizza place in New York? Why don't you show him real food? And then he was like, all right, give me your top three. And I said, Lindustry. That's my top three. There really is no other, right? And he goes, all right, basically he was like, I'll call your bluff. I'll go, and I'll let you know how it goes. And Pablo goes, you're coming with us, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, you bet I am, buddy. I might attach myself to your leg, my G. I immediately call the owner, who's Italian.
Yeah.
The owner, he's from Italy. He's from Tuscany. Huge. Played
Massimo.
semi-pro. Massimo, the homie. Played semi-pro in Italy. I call him. Phone goes directly to voicemail.
Ugh.
I text him. It goes green bubble. I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
He's not in town. So I sent him a message
He in a
on
river?
Instagram. He's underwater again. Damn it. I sent him a message on Instagram. I say, hey, are you in town? He goes, no, Ale, I'm in Italy. By the way, he texts. There's no reason for me to have an accent. He's like, no, I'm in Italy. Why? Is everything
No,
okay?
Ale, I'm in Norwich.
Yeah, I'm in Norwich. I'm in Norwich, fam. I'm from Italy. And I said, hey, Pablo Zabaleta's with me. And I sent him a picture of Pablo Zabaleta. I go, we're on our way to your shop. And he put, fuck, aye. Why you do this when I know here?
Also, and we have to obviously the connection between Italy and Argentina is so deep that it's like
This man's last name is Italian.
you might as well have said I got Roberto Baggio with me. It's really he's like, no, my God, how am I missing this opportunity?
He's probably on an airplane headed to Italy chanting, one of us, as he hears this. So he's now freaking out. I called the shop and I said, hey, let me talk to the Italian-American dude who works there, Nick, also the homie, doesn't know anything about soccer. I call him up and I go, hey. And he goes, Massimo already sent me 10,000 messages. I heard you're coming here with some big important player. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. We get to the place is packed. There's no seats for us. It's a counter. You just sit at a counter or in the outdoor seating.
Kind of like this right here.
But Pablo immediately starts looking around like, where's the dining room? Like, this
Right,
isn't
right,
what
right.
we're used to eating. He pulled me aside. He goes, all they fed me this entire trip is salads. Thank you. And then he sits down.
Monsters
Yeah, I know.
that
He's
employ me.
Argentinian. He needs to eat a third of a cow every day. He sits down. Immediately, they start bringing out squares. They start bringing out. He's like, we're making a pie just for you right in front of him. We're all getting flour on
Wait,
us.
before you continue, didn't you? I know he was worried about people recognizing him, right? This is why he didn't want to be.
He was a little not worried, but I think that the gentleman from Manchester City's like, they don't want him to be bombarded.
Right. And
It's
this
New York.
But this is
We
the
in Brooklyn.
People
People literally walk by like, what's up, Zabaleta? And like just walk by. Yo, no one bothered. No photos.
This
Raz.
is what I love about just being an American football fan. This is what
Crimson needs to say. Alexis been like, I've been training for this my whole life. This was my Champions League, right?
But this is how it is. Like we don't know who you are, fam. Like
and even if we do, we ain't. We're
nobody's
too busy.
bothering you.
Yo,
Like this is
we
why you
too
can
busy.
you can be one of the most famous people in the world out here, and nobody cares.
People literally would have been like, hey, yo, Rihanna, move out of the way. I'm trying to get my slice. Your
That's
belly's in the way. You and Alexis got to stand
Yo,
outside.
move out ASAP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rocky. Bro, if this was, he kind of like, like celebrities do that thing where they kind of stick their neck down a little bit. Like, I don't want to get noticed.
turtle.
Yeah, they're just a little bit. There's a little bit like, maybe the body language is to show like, hey, I don't want to show that I'm open for conversation. Bro, people were like, hey, what's up, Pablo? And just walk by. Nobody bothered him.
Right.
And then the best is Nick is stretching the dough. He goes, so what do you play for, Manchester United? I was like, yeah, he does. I'm like, Nick, just fucking make the pizza, Nick.
That's amazing.
By the way, 7 slices of pizza.
This man ate 7 slices of pizza.
7 slices. Bruh, I'm like, hey, we're splitting this pie. You ate the whole damn thing. I ate 1 slice. My man put down 3. I was like, yo, we need to party with Pablo Zabaleta.
Pablo's also crazy fit. Like the dude could play
By the
tomorrow.
way, as he's eating, he goes, I only exercise twice a week now.
What?
He goes, yeah. He goes, I thought I'd be much fatter by now. I'm like, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. But incredible. I mean, he pulled me aside and he said the pizza place was an 11. He also thanked me. He said, thank you, because this reminds me of Buenos Aires. This is the part of New York. He goes, we never get to see. Yeah. He was like, more players should do like this. Like, come out to a real pizza place. Like, especially because he even said, like, in New York, you don't get bothered as much. Even if they do recognize you, they don't bother you. But most people don't, because it's not a big footballing community here, in the U.S. That's not as massive as anywhere else where he would go. So he actually thanked me. He said, yo, like, these are the types of places I wish more players would go. Like, this reminds me of Buenos Aires. This is, like, where we're from. And by the way, it's a nice place. It's not like a dirty little slice joint. Like, it's a really nice place. But even he was like, this is the atmosphere I want. Oh, and then we got, they make everything from scratch. They had Boston cream donuts that they made. They made everything, even the custard from scratch. And I said, "Oh, you got the donuts?" And Nick goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Bambolino" to Pablo, and he's like, "I think he knows what a fat donut is." Could you stop zhuzhing it up, buddy? It's a donut. So he goes, "Yeah, Boston cream Bambolini." Boston crema. So I go, "Yeah, let me get that." And he goes, "Yes, me too." Right? Pablo. I'm like, "Pablo eating sweets.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pablo." Right? Nick takes one out, cuts it in half. And he puts it on a plate. So I go to grab a half. Pablo shoots me a look like, I didn't know we were splitting this. Yo, he was so mad we had to split that donut.
All that goodwill you've earned,
Yo, bro,
it is now gone. It is now gone.
He's like, from now on, players get their own donuts.
Okay, I have made a decree.
Yeah. If you're going to be doing this more often, bringing players out, why don't you get your own donut, fatty? Leave mine alone. You know how long we played and we couldn't eat donuts? Now you can eat half my donut? Bro, he looked like, there's a picture on his Instagram. If you go to his Instagram, you'll see it. I'm not sure for how much longer it's up. But he looks like a little kid eating a donut.
Bro, I mean, look, you get to make his wish come true, you know? Just to eat unhealthy.
Michael Raymond. Read Michael Raymond's comment. Literally what you're about to say.
Michael Raymond said, what if you guys did a thing where you take pro players or ex-pro players out to eat and film?
Okay, could one of you set that up?
We've literally pitched this 4,000 times.
I mean, how many times do I have to airdrop my pitch deck, my deck pitch out to people?
I send it to everyone on the subway.
Oh, I sent the wrong one. I'm so sorry.
Yes, Michael,
we are going to make an uncircumcised deck pitch.
we've efforted this. So the one that we did that somebody actually agreed to was Tommy McNamara,
a New Yorker,
who now plays for the New England Revolution. But if you go on our YouTube channel, just search Cooligans Tommy McNamara. You'll find we did a little pizza tour with Tommy. Alexis led the way. I mean, obviously, I don't have too much insight to offer.
You're just sitting there wondering what the wheel in the tire is. Okay. By the way, I want to give credit to Trish Murphy, who was the first one to say it in the chat. Sorry, I missed it. She said, new side hustle for Alexis, taking footballers to local food places. I would not only love it, I'd love it.
Okay. So if you are a professional athlete in the chat right now.
Yeah, make the pitch, dude.
You know what? Hit us up.
Yeah, come out to
slide into DMs.
Did you ever sign a professional contract with a top flight football club, and you happen to be in New York City and want to eat? Hit us up.
Exactly. Look, this is the commercial. So get on board.
Hey, Joe Whitlock said I could totally set that up. I just need $500 to get started. Who's got the $500? You know what? Join our gully squad. We'll take you out to eat for $500 a month.
Yeah,
it's a good deal actually.
That's one of the perks. So okay, I think
that's right. We made a burger. We named a burger after Jack Harrison, so we brought food to Jack Harrison,
right,
who now plays for Leeds.
Jesse Marsh. Oh, you know what?
Down Bad FC.
We could end there. The people. There was somebody on like Talk Sport or something like that was saying that the Jesse Marsh huddle after the game, they lost 1-0, right? But it was like they played very, very well, and they deserved at least a result. And but the huddle. Jesse Marsh had everyone in a huddle on the pitch and was thanking them for all the effort that they gave, and really it was like a kind of morale boosting opportunity. Right. And then there were people in England being like, "Oh, it was so cringe. It was so cringe that he did that. Like do that in the changing room. Don't do that on the pitch." Yeah, if you look at I think it's Aston Villa.
What?
Bro, I think it's like so many teams do huddles on the pitch. It is a common thing. But because this dude is American, it's going to start, right?
Oh, they're going to be relentless.
Every single thing he does is going to be like, oh, but this cringy American, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, so look, if you're in the chat right now, you need to cut it out. Okay?
Cut it out if you're one of them.
All right? Because, it's hard to lay into you so hard, but stop it. Yeah. Okay?
Also, like a huddle is like a nice thing. Like, hey, we lost, but yo, let's. They're trying to not get relegated.
Right. You gotta.
Team unity is important.
Camaraderie, some sort of culture that
a
sense of urgency. I literally thought there was nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely disgusting.
So very, very silly.
But yeah, look, I think Jesse Marsh is going to keep him up. I do want to just say, and I know we'll talk about this more tomorrow. For those of you who have seen, if you haven't, try to not see the images. But what happened in Mexico?
Yeah.
In the Atlas versus Querétaro.
Yeah.
Match. Absolutely horrific. Rest in peace to everyone who passed away. And if you are, if you go to football, the Mexican football show, right? Footmex. what's Wiso's
Mexican soccer show.
Mexican soccer show. If you go to him, he did a blog post, which is absolutely incredible.
Wiso Vasquez.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. He just talks about, like, we need to come to terms with what's going on. Like, there's times where you'll go to games and you don't feel safe. And he basically said, like, we can't hide it anymore. It's not just us that like the sport. Sometimes criminals also like the sport.
Yeah.
And the fact that families were taking shirts off of children so they wouldn't be attacked by the opposing fans. The fact that last I heard 17 people possibly had passed away who went to a match. And now look, maybe some of them took part of the violence. I'm just saying it shouldn't be where you go to a game and you don't come home. It shouldn't be.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll spend more time talking about it tomorrow.
I just want to make sure we talked about
it.
it.
Yeah, but
it's
I mean, it's horrifying. It's disgusting. And already with, like, the, everything going on in Ukraine, and then it's like, I don't even want to watch the news that much, but I can't stop watching it and seeing that, like, terror and torment. And then it's like we go to soccer to, like, obviously get away from some of it.
Right.
And to see something like that is absolutely unbelievable. It's
horrific.
It's
horrific, and it's a stain
gross.
on the whole sport. And there's a lot of people saying, like, "Oh, this is the Mexican league," and it's
man,
the whole sport.
It's the whole sport. Yeah,
it's everywhere. I mean, look, you might not see it a lot in MLS. It's a relatively new league. It's a little bit of the audience is a little bit more family oriented for the most part. I'm not saying everybody, for the most part. So you may not see it there. And I know a lot of that violence has been taken out of the game in England and other countries. Maybe Mexico needs to come to terms with what's going on there and do the same thing, make the same effort that was done in Germany and in England and all these places where that hooliganism is taken out of the sport. But it's absolutely horrific, especially for families. Those aren't cameramen were getting punched in the head. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Guys. And then stripping dead body. I mean, it was just absolutely horrific. It was absolutely horrific. It was taken way too far. To come back to something you said before, who was it? Aussie AB said, what did he say? Harry Maguire needs a huddle.
Okay, much lighter note, yes.
Yeah, much lighter note. My guy definitely needs a huddle. But don't dip your head into it, my guy. You've got a big noggin like me. You're going to make a lot of clanging sounds.
Okay, so make sure you join us tomorrow on YouTube Live, youtube.com/soccercooligans, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be talking about the weekend of MLS, Charlotte's first home game. We'll talk a little bit more about what happened in Mexico as well.
And check out, we're going to start releasing, we'll release a clip a day, essentially. And then eventually we'll release the full interview. But the Julian Araujo interview is absolutely incredible. Speaking of Mexico, he really talked a lot about his decision between the U.S. men's national team and the Mexican national team and why he chose Mexico. So check that out. There should be a couple clips on our social media and on our YouTube right now. Run those numbers up if you can. That'd be dope. Share that out. Somebody shared the short and put, like, "Oh, this is going to going on American Soccer Twitter."
Thomas did that.
8, 3, 2, and then he was like, "Well, I was wrong." Dude. The more you guys share it, the better. Anyway, so share that out, and then if you are in Gully Squad, go look in our Patreon right now.
Shout out to we have to give people shout outs. I forgot that's the thing, but Grant Wall actually just joined.
He better have joined at the big number, bro.
Just joined Patreon.
It ain't tricking if you got it, man.
So
I saw him this weekend. Shouts to Grant.
Shout out to you. I'll make sure we get through to everybody, but we got Toby Romer, John Useglio. There's a lot of people that were in the original Gully Squad that moved over to Patreon. So if you haven't done that yet, please do so. Colin Marshall, who I believe is in the chat, right? Oh my God, die!
Oh my God, die! Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for the support. And Regan Ferranda. Regan Ferranda. Okay, so
powerful name.
We'll get to some more tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Seriously, we appreciate the support. We wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that we do without the support of Gully
we
Squad.
couldn't do any of this without you. Yeah. So we love you all.
We're not hanging out. Who paid for that pizza? It was Gully Squad. For
exactly.
Pablo. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, it was Manchester City. Thank you very much. But hey, we love you all, but we love Gully Squad a little more.
Okay, so thank you all for the support. We will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're listening to this podcast, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars on Spotify.
And hit the like button. There's only 17 likes and a lot more of you watching, so hit that like button real quick.
Yeah.
That would really help us out.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow. Be well and stay safe. Take care.
You did it.